Running start off the start line there. Coming back around again, the dog picking up the other side of that, or the other wing of that jump, but safely on across the dog walk and into the tunnel. Around the back of number 6, now across this straight and then in the middle of the ring. Turning back to the seesaw. You can see how hard these little dogs have to work to push that seesaw down. Picking up the line back into the tunnel quite nicely there, so there's a few obstacles left now. Lovely running A-frame contact rather. So come on, Sally. There we go. Sally looks fairly happy with that. A clear round in 44.827. Right, next to run we have Melanie Cargill with Starlight Secret Sorceress, a working cocker. So just picking up 5 faults for dropping the first pole there, and you can see coming around that wing is actually a bit of a harder line for the dogs to straighten up nicely for the contact, but at the speed this little cocker's going, she is cracking. Those little feet didn't stop even when she was trying to push the contact down. Oh, lovely weaves too. She cuts back into the tunnel. Let's see what they make of this. Oh, well rescued there. Came around again around the different ring than the handler had planned. There's just 3 left to go now, barking along as she goes. So a time of 41.983, but sadly just with that 5 faults for the first pole going down. Right, next to run we have Martin Watts with Little Miss Plops of Ace, a toy poodle. So running off the start there. So Martin gets a nice tight turn around the wing of number 3. And running there to make sure he can direct the dog straightly off the dog walk contact and into the tunnel. Sent nicely across the back of number 6 and down across the middle of the ring, picking up the seesaw. Again, you can see how hard this little dog has to work to tip that seesaw. Coming through and straightening the line into the tunnel at 13. So a nice tight turn back around to the A-frame. Around number 17. So just the 2 to go. Come on, Martin. There we go, a clear round in a time of 45.736 for Martin Watts and Little Miss Plops of Ace. Right, next to run we have Abby Blythe, Smarties Are a Blast, Agility Warrant Gold, and she's a Jack Russell Terrier. It's a nice tight turn at number 2, and the dog making his opinion known. Sorry, her opinion known. Running up into the tunnel. Oh, but picking up... just picking up 5 faults there. Oh, and now picking up the wrong side of number 8 for elimination. But they'll carry on. Yes, the dog definitely making its opinion known. Nice tight turn there back onto the A-frame. And the handler stopping to make sure of that A-frame contact. Once they have already been eliminated, it makes sense just to reinforce criteria. So that's a shame elimination there for Abby Blythe and Smarties Are a Blast. Right, next to run we have Caroline RASEN running Fat Bottomed Freddy, a Jack Russell Terrier. I do love some of these names. So a nice cracking turn back there out of number 3 and running contact down the dog walk. And Caroline sending the dog out around back of number 6. Ooh, bit of a flick of his legs there over number 7. Coming back in. Nice confident entry there into the weaving poles. Into the tunnel. So now this tight turn back onto the A-frame. Nice running contact there. So just the 3 obstacles to go now. There we go. And a clear in a time of 44.520 for Caroline Rasen and Fat Bottom Freddy. Right, next to run we have Dawn Weaver running Galaxy's Dream Summer. This is one of Dawn's homebred crossbreeds. So this is one of Dawn's young dogs. Beautiful, confident contact there. And Dawn sending the dog nicely out around the back of number 6. And just look at how she takes off confidently across the middle of that ring. Dawn marking the tight turn around the Kennel Club jump wing. And a lovely blind cross at the end of the weaves to send her up into the tunnel. So I have a feeling, looking at where we are on the course, this could be a very fast time put up here, but I don't want to put commentator's curse on. So just the 2 to go. Come on, Dawn. Yes, there we go. That run will go into the lead. A clear with a time of 38.715. That's for Dawn Weaver and Galaxy's Dream Summer. Right, so next under starters orders we have Daniel CROXFORD with Agility Champion at Boggs Hole Best Beauty across. So I know this dog is a Sheltie Cross something. I think it's Sheltie Cross Jack Russell Terrier, and this being a nice successful combination with Daniel having come up through running the juniors and competing internationally as well for Team GB. Coming back up and around, and Daniel sending the dog sharply into the weaves, but unfortunately just picking up 5 faults for refusal on that weave entry. Coming back down now across the A-frame, and again Daniel making absolutely sure of that contact, but just now picking up an elimination for picking up the wrong side of number 17. So a time of 49.106, but sadly with an elimination. Right, next to run we have Sarah Roots with Stoledge Angelica, a Cocker Spaniel. It's a nice tight turn around number 2 there. And the dog barking its affirmations that came around the wing of number 3. Going confidently into the tunnel and around the back of number 6. Pick up a lovely straight line across the middle of the ring, back to the seesaw. Pushing that down, coming around that Kennel Club jump wing. And the handler making a nice switch at the end of the weaving poles there. And coming back now to the A-frame. Nice running contact. So here we go through. Just 2 to go now. Oh no, and eliminated on the last jump, picking up the wrong side of number 20. What a shame. Right, next to run we have Sarah McLean running My Load of Mischief, a Jack Russell Terrier. So a very energetic run off the start line there for Sarah. Lovely running contact there and picking up good connection with the dog back out of the end of the tunnel. Sarah using those long legs to full advantage, covering the ground very fast over that top section. Connecting nicely with the dog and sending it back into the weaving poles. Picking up a nice switch there at number 12. Making sure the dog's line it up to number 14. So now we're on the A-frame. Nice running contact through there. So just 4 to go now. And a lovely blind between 18 and 19, so just 1 to go. Yes, and there we go, a clear round in a time of 45.647. Right, next under starters orders we have KATHRYN Stickney running Injasuti Coco Mademoiselle, a working Cocker Spaniel. Lovely tight turn there at 2, and KATHRYN able to leave the dog to do its job at number 3, and getting all the way up to the tunnel to make sure that the dog picks up the right line. Lovely send out around the back of number 6 there, and cueing the turn back to the seesaw very nicely. So Coco picking up a lovely line back around the Kennel Club jump wing, and KATHRYN able to mark the turn nicely around number 12 and into the tunnel. So, oh no, gosh, another one that I wouldn't have predicted as being a trap. That is such a shame. I guess it's the problem is that once the dog is running confidently, it thinks it knows it all, and obviously Coco is convinced that the tunnel was next. That's such a shame for KATHRYN and Coco. Right, next under starters orders we have young Dave Munnings running Boost Bite, a cross. So Boost is Dave's first small dog, obviously being much more famous for his agility champion collies. I know that this will be a big year for Dave and Boost potentially, having qualified to run in grade 7 now, and they're doing their first champ here, I believe, at International Festival tomorrow. As you can see, Dave doesn't make any concession to the fact that Bruce is a smaller dog, nor does Bruce as he comes flying over that A-frame. So just 2 to go now. There we go, and that's a clear round in 39.334. Right, next to run is Jenny HILUS running Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Busy, a crossbreed. Now I know this is Jenny's young dog, as Jenny actually comes from Swindon, as do I. So I know Jenny from our days training together. So this is a young rescue dog, so I know Jenny will be very excited. She has another more experienced dog called Roxy, but Roxy's a medium and this is her small terrier, as you can see. Biz being one of those dogs that takes great initiative, as you saw with what happened there at the 1-2-3 point, but just picking up a refusal at number 17, which is a shame, but I'm sure they have many more opportunities ahead of them. So that's Jenny HILUS and Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Busy. So that was actually our last dog to run in the small competition.